So you're thinking about becoming a bartender. Well, I think that's a great decision. You've chosen wisely. It's one of the greatest, funnest jobs out there with great money. My name's Mark. This is my YouTube channel, Bartender School Online. I'm going to teach you how to get basic skills and then teach you some really good stuff to get through that interview and get that job. All right, let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to dispel two myths about bartending. One, that it's hard. It's not a hard job. Sure, it may be physically hard. Sometimes you get done with your 8-hour shift and you're going to be physically tired. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, when we're in our 20s, you know, what's that? That's nothing, all right? But it's not a hard job. Number two, you do not need to know hundreds or 1,000 drinks. Drink recipes in the bar business, it's 10% of the job. That may be controversial, and some people working in a craft bar or something like that may disagree, and that's fine. But most of us are never going to work in a place like that. 95% of the bars out there are pretty much, they're the same. They have core skills, all right? So don't worry about learning drinks. You do need to know about 50 or 60, and that's it, you know, to get your first job. And I'm going to teach you that. My goodness, you can learn that in a night. It's just not hard. So who am I? You know, why should you listen to me? Well, again, my name's Mark. I've been in this business, the food and beverage industry, for, it's over 25 years now. I've done everything from busboy to general manager. Most all my experience is as a bartender or bar manager. It's kind of funny because once a place finds out that you've got a little management experience, they try to pull you back in or whatever. And I try to avoid that, so I would do that here and there. But most of the time was spent as a bartender because I loved it. It's more flexible and there's a whole lot more money in less hours as a bartender than there is for management. So I worked at a lot of different places in my career. As a matter of fact, when I was thinking about doing this introductory video, I started thinking, and I went back and was wondering how many places I've actually worked at. And I came up with 23. Yeah, you heard that right, 23. So you're thinking, well, who is this doofus? You know, was he getting fired at all these places? No, I've never been fired at any bartending job or anything, whatever. Life happens. You know, I made some moves, this happened. Bartending, it put me through college. I got a college degree. It allowed me to start my own business outside of the food and beverage industry, and which I still have today, a successful business. And of course, you know, those things take time. It took me a while, you know, way too long to get my degree. But during all this time, bartending was always there. You know, I had got some skills when I was younger, and they just stayed with me, and it was so easy to get a job. So I've been around the block. Am I the best bartender ever? No. There's always somebody better. I'm a top-of-the-line bartender, but guess what? There's a lot of top-of-the-line bartenders out there. There's also a lot of really bad bartenders, and they have no business being behind a bar or even dealing with anything with customer service, you know, whatever. But that's good for you, because that just means that you're going to go into interviews and they might not really be looking for somebody, and you blow them away and you're going to get the job. So I focus on 3 things here. One is basic skills. I'm going to teach you all you need to know. Really, what that bar manager, the person interviewing you, what they're looking for. And this is important because if you don't have any experience, they're going to be looking at certain other things, and I'm going to teach you all about that. 2, that 10-minute, 15-minute job interview. That's where it's at. And I want you to think about this, and I go into videos on this, and it gets much more detailed, but it's not hard. It's simply sitting down, having a conversation with someone like me right across the table. You're having a 10-minute conversation, okay? He's feeling you out. You're feeling that, you know, he's trying to figure out whether or not you fit in. He's looking at 2 things. Fitness, that's the first thing, fitness. Can you do the job? And number 2, most importantly, he's looking at likability. You hear people say, well, it's, you know, personal appearance and personality. Well, it's a lot of things. But what it is does he like you? Do you fit into that particular bar? Will the other employees like you? Are you going to be a good representative of that company? That's what he's looking at, and I'm going to teach you that. And number 3, I've seen more bartenders, brand new bartenders, they get on the job, they get hired. okay? And again, like I said, bar managers will hire people with no experience. And they get on the job and they just blow it. They just do don't be a moron. I mean, don't go in there and drink on the job or show up for work late and consistently do, stupid things. Don't be rude. And I'll tell you right now, one of the quickest way out of the bar business or being a bartender is by saying, that's not my job. You're gonna get teamwork questions, probably, in a job interview. So it's those three things: basic skills, the 10-minute job interview, and then skills that you need to get that job once you're in there and to keep it. And get those skills, and that way you can move on and get a better job. Bartending jobs, they're all pretty cool, but some definitely pay more. And so you wanna move up the ladder. Not only that, I know so many bartenders, I did it myself, that work at two places at once. For a while there, I'd work Friday, Saturday nights in a nightclub, just a crazy nightclub. And then Saturdays, Sundays, yeah, I know, heavy duty weekend, I'd work weddings for a hotel. And I'd work like 30 hours over the weekend, 35 hours sometimes. And that's it, I had my weeks, the rest of the week off, and I was surfing, or doing whatever. So it's just, you're gonna love this. So where do you go from here? Well, I probably have another video up here that you can look at next. But more specifically, I put 3 videos down there in the description. And by the way, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I got all kinds of videos coming out, and you're gonna like them. But the first one you should look at is, should I go to bartending school? Get asked this all the time. Maybe, maybe not. There's a lot of factors in there, and you're gonna be surprised at what I say and what I reveal about what's really going on with bartending schools and whether you need them or not. So I would look at that one first. The second one is, do you really want to be a bartender? I know that you've been in places, probably. That's probably why you're watching this video. And you think it's going to be a cool job, or whatever. Well, it is, all right? But there's a lot more going on back there. And there's a lot of things that really, exceptional bartenders do and don't do. And I've seen more. It's sad that people get into their first job and they just blow it by doing stupid things. So I don't want you to do that. I want to give you an unfair advantage. Get the basic skills, nail the interview. So it's like, they've got to hire you, and don't be one of those people that thinks that you can't do this, because you can. So check out one of those videos, like, subscribe, and let's get to the next one.